Welcome to another video of Laughing at Random Things. Today we are doing something a bit different. We are ranking the top 100 players of all time. It's going to be much better than, well, you know, my last top 50, which was horrible. This is going to be much better and well sorted out. Don't forget to like and sub because, yeah. And also, I'm basing these players off championships, individual skills, MVPs, finals MVPs, and their highest career highs and most points, you know what I mean? Like, all that shit. And I'm combining them. Alright. Let's get this. We are about to do top 100 players. Like and subscribe. I'm just going to scroll past the top few. I'll name a few of them. I'll say, like, why they're sort of there. Some of them you should know for yourself. They're just like average good, like not average good players. You know what I'm saying? Average heaps of points, maybe a one championship. But here we go. We're gonna do it about this big. So we're scrolling up right now. These are players you might not even know, so it's all good. We had Damian Lillard in the top 100. I like my stats and points that and heaps of that sort of shit, so I put him in here. We got Robert Horry. He's 90th. He has 7 rings, but he's not too good. I have 80 over him. Got heaps of the older legends. You know what I'm saying? There's Chris Bosh. You should know him. Number 82. He has 2 championships. He's pretty well off. We got Chris Mullin, one of the best 3-pointers in the 90s, and a great offensive weapon. Vince Carter, up the Raps. You know what I'm saying? We have Artis Gilmer here, averaged 22 and 14 in his greatest season. We've got Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony, Ben Wallace, Dikembe Mutombo, Bernard King, Dennis Rodman, 66, he's not top 50. Tony Parker, Paul Gasol, Joe Dumars. Tracy McGrady did not make top 50. I know when I said before about I like stats and that, but I know he's just not top 50 for me because he didn't really get any championships or any playoff success like the rest of these players literally on this list have ring. Oh, not the Note King, but you know what I'm saying. Got Sean Kemp, he's a good player, power player. George Gervin, finesse. Reggie Miller, one of the best 3-pointers of all time. 58 is Kyrie Irving, he's a great player. Pete Maravich at 55. 56 and 55 are swapped. But just pretend Pete Maravich is 56 and George Meekins 55. Alex English at 54, Dwight Howard at 53. Sam Jones. Now, all of you are going to be like, why is Sam Jones on this list? Who is Sam Jones? Well, I'm going to tell you in a second. I think Sam Jones is a really underrated player. You probably don't even know who he is, but if you do, he's so underrated. Sam Jones was with Bill Russell, and he averaged more points than Bill Russell. He averaged around the 25 mark for all the seasons, and he won 10 rings. That's the second most in NBA history. He deserves to be in the top sort of 50-ish range, around there. So he's at 52, and that is well deserved, and I don't care what you say. He has a finals MVP. He's a great player, you know what I'm saying? He helped his team win. He's a great mid-range shooter, and he has the rings nearly just as much as Bill Russell, so that's my point for Sam Jones. Anyway, to move on, we have Dominic Wilkins at 51. He's just around here. He's a great scorer. Should have been in the top 50 in 1997. At 50, we have Ray Allen. In my opinion, the second best 3-pointer of all time. I put him above Clay just because how much he has. I think Clay will end up catching him though, so Curry I already know will. But now let's go down. 49, we have Robert Parrish. I think he's hated on quite a lot. Robert Parrish has 4 rings, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's 3 with Celtics. I'm pretty sure he won 1 with the Bulls. I forgot, though. But he's such a power player, and he deserves to be in the top 50. After that, we got Russell Westbrook. 48 points. He averaged a triple-double for a season. And he has no rings, which puts him down a lot, but he's definitely a top 50 all time. At 47, we have Patrick Ewing. Same as Russell Westbrook, never won a ring, but he's a great player, scored lots, rebounded heaps. He assisted, was a bit below average, but Patrick Ewing is underrated for top 50 list, and I think he deserves to be higher than what he normally is placed. James Worthy, I actually feel like I didn't do well with his placement. He was very hard to rank. He was the third best person in his team for the decade of the 80s. He won 5 rings, 4 if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I don't know the exact. He had Finals MVP in the 1988, and yeah, he's a great scorer and he deserves to be top 50. Next up, we have Bill Walton. He's a one-time champion. Due to his short career, he is placed a bit higher on the lower on the list. People say, "Oh, he should be top 30." Mate, he definitely finished his career early. He did win a championship in that time, but if he had more time, he would probably be higher than what he is. 44 is Bob Cousy. I know you guys are like, "Oh my gosh, he has 6 rings. He should be in the top 20." Come on, man. He was playing in the 50s, which was probably the second worst point in basketball, and everyone was just more white like him. No, they were probably average height was probably 6'4" or some shit, but he was the best point guard in the league. He does have 6 rings, so I will put him at 44. 43, we have Paul Pierce. He has the Finals MVP, championship. Nothing much to say. He's a great player. And at 42, we have Allen Iverson. You guys are all going, he's so low right now, but I'm just going to try and explain why. So, my reasoning for Allen Iverson is that I know he's one of the greatest scorers of all time, and he was like a Wilt Chamberlain, but way shorter. But he had no playoff success. Maybe for 1 year when he carried his team, which was great, but to me, I just don't see that going into the top 40ish, 30s compared to all the other players that have won championships and have been in those playoff successing and shit like that. So that's the reason he's here. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Just ignore that one. Alright. Anyway, sorry about that, lads, if you didn't like that. Next up, we have Kevin McHale, a 3-time champion. There's not much to say. He averaged around 24 points and 10 rebounds. That's just great shit. Dave Conn, 2-time champion. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that have won championships or just bloody fantastic. We have Walt Frazier, 2-time champions. About Wilt Chamberlain, bro. About Jerry West. He's one of those players that is very highly underrated. He deserves a top 40th sort of placing. Next up, we have Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is so underrated. He's just a John Stockton, but with just a worse career. Yeah, that's the way to say it. But it was still great. He had a championship with Dallas. He's a great he should have been MVP for one of those seasons, bro. He was great with the Nets, and he was such a good 3-point shot. 37 is John Stockton. I just see, look at that. I know John Stockton has no rings, but he made it to the finals pretty much. Twice, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was twice. And, bro, he's just so good. The reason I didn't put these 2 high, though, is 1, because they're rings, and 2, because I don't think they can do good without another person surrounding them. So, John Stockton, he had Karl Malone. He's not going to... You don't want John Stockton being your main person on the team. You want Karl Malone. See what I'm saying here? He doesn't work well on his own. I just moved my mouse. Anyway, next up, we have Scottie Pippen. 6 championships. He averaged lots of points and rebounds. Great perimeter defender. He's just a winner, man. That's why he's here. We have Clyde Drexler here. I feel like he's a better overall player. Although he doesn't have much success in the playoffs and shit, he's still a great player. He deserves to be here, man. Kawhi Leonard, he has 2 championships already in his first 10 years. Bro, this guy's going for 5. This man is going high for the championship. He's a player warrior, and he's just a great player in general, bro. And his defense, it just tops it all off. I think he has to stick with a team, though, because he's just trading every day. Should have stayed with the Raptors, you know what I'm saying? And he would have won back-to-back. Chris Paul, 33. He has no rings, but I feel bad for the man, so we're putting him up here because he has handles. He has so much assists, bro. He just deserves to be here, man. 32, Steve Nash, another a ringless great. So great. I very overrated him in my last rank video. I put him at number 15, and I feel so dumb for that. He is definitely not top 30. Not definitely. You can put top 30 if you want. In my opinion, though, he's 32-ish, 30-ish. I put him at 32 because the next players, I think, are better. He had 2 MVPs, though, so he's great. Elvin Hayes is 31. Not much of you know him, but I do, so I'm not going to talk too much about him. All we want to know right now is he won a championship. He's just a beast on the backboard and everything. James Harden, I think he should be top 30 now. He's literally averaged 37 points for a season. That is pretty much Michael Jordan numbers, and it's reaching Wilt Chamberlain numbers. This man is a scoring machine. He's not too good on defense. He has no rings, which holds him here with some of the ringless greats. John Havlicek, an 8-time champion. If you're able to still win when Bill Russell leaves, man, holy shit, you are good. He deserves to be 8 rings. 8 rings, and he was Finals MVP for one of those second ones without Bill Russell. He deserves to be here. Isaiah Thomas is here. He has 2 rings and a Finals MVP, and I think he's so underrated. People are like, oh, he's so short. He's Michael Jordan anime. He doesn't deserve to be in the top 100. He does, man, and he's top 30 with ease. He's a great player. He's fantastic. We're going to start off the purples now with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, he should be top 15. Just hear me out. Alright, so lads, hear me out here. Kevin Durant is so great, and he's definitely like a top 30 player, and almost top 25. But, listen, if you have to go to a team that has Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, because they've already won, then are you really a great player? Like, yes, you are, but you're going to another team for other people who are better than you. One of them is better than you to win. And you're doing it again with the Nets. If I can see you win on your own, maybe with one superstar, then you could go higher, I guess. Yeah, you could. You definitely could, because you're one of the best scorers. He's one of the best scorers, and I just want to see more from him on his own, because he just has to have someone. And OKC, man, he had a super team. That's why he made it to the Western Conference. You're seeing what I'm saying, man. I want to see what this guy can do with, just one superstar. That's why he's here. Alrighty, we're moving on anyway. We're moving on. So, what do we have next, you ask? We have Rick Barry, a champion. Holy crap, he's goated. He averaged 36-ish, 5-ish points in a season. Made it to the finals on one of his very first years in the league. He scored 44 twice and 55 once in that series, which is so good. It's one of the best final performances I've ever seen by an individual. He deserves this. Wes Unseld, holy shit. He averaged around 18 rebounds for his best season. He was MVP for the 1969 season. He won a championship in 1978, and he lost 3 times in the finals, which brings him down. I would put him high. Charles Barkley is probably one of the top 3 best without a ring. I feel bad he never won a ring. Honestly, it's sad. He deserved it. He tried so hard in the Suns, man, and I think if he won that ring, obviously Michael Jordan was going to beat him either way. I feel bad, man. He deserves top 25. David Robinson is just a beast. He got, 71 points once, which was pity, because he also balled the whole game so he could beat Shaq for getting the most points that season. But he's definitely one of the top 2 Spurs players of all time. Obviously, who's in front. You'll see him later on. But David Robinson, I feel like, has to be top 25. He's so good. He has 2 rings. He doesn't have a Finals MVP, but he's so great, man. He's just dominant. 22 is Dirk. You know Dirk, man. That fadeaway. He's just unstoppable on offense. He is so gifted on offense, and he has a ring. He's just a great player and has so much IQ of the game. Bob Pettit. Now, holy shit. You guys are like, man, you said Bob Cousy is small and overrated. Bob Pettit was just 10 times better. I'll tell you why. As you can see right now, this is insane. We have a player who averaged 26.4 points for their career. That is in the top 5 most points averaged than anyone in the NBA ever. And 16 rebounds? This guy is so goated. How is he not, place monster great? He's 11 All Stars, 3-time MVP. No, 2-time MVP and 3 times final All Star MVP. I meant sorry, a championship. This guy's great. He was a scoring machine. He dropped 50 in the finals once. 3 assists. That's not too bad. This guy's a Hall of Famer. He deserves to be here, no matter what you say, man. This is sad how people are doing this, bro. Like, why are you putting this guy out, man? Come on. Continuing the list, we have a Moses Malone. This is crazy. No, it's not. Moses Malone is the second highest most points in NBA history. He lost to the finals, Michael Jordan, which is no freaking shame at all. Like, it's Michael Jordan. And he definitely deserved that MVP he got in the late 90s. I'm sad that he never won because he was such a bad man. Actually, I think that never mind. Number 19, Dr. J. Dr. J has some championships under him. He has an MVP. He's just a great offensive player. He can dunk so well. He's just a top 20 player, and you can't take it. Kevin Garnett, one of the best defensive players I've seen. One with the big three in the Celtics, which brings him down a little. He couldn't win his prime, but he had a shit Minnesota team, so no wonder. Just a great player on both sides of the court. Number 17, Stephen Curry. Oh my god. I don't know what some of you are going to say. He's top 5. He's top 5. Shut up, man. Just shut the hell up, bro. He is number 17. He's a great player. Yes, he is. But he's not like top 10 or 15, man. Like, he has 3 championships. That's great. Some of these next people have freaking 11, man. And he hasn't even won a finals MVP. So, he won back-to-back MVP. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But just watch. Elgin Baylor. Now, this is the person I was having struggles ranking with Gary. But then I thought about individual performances. The career high of Elgin Baylor is 71. He's got 60 points, the 4th amount of any NBA player in history. He's made it to the finals 8 times, and he's lost all 8, which is so embarrassing. But that's more than Curry ever will and ever has. And I know Curry won, but Elgin Baylor, most of his games, he literally could have won if Jerry West performed well. I'm not even kidding. You can go look at the stats right now. And that's why I'm just putting him over. He was a better all-around player. Now, for his error, alright, chill. Next, 15. Dwayne Wade, 3 championships. Come on, man. And a finals MVP, what else do you want from a player? He's a great scorer. He's such a good defender. Both ends of the court. He's top 15, just like that. Jerry West, he's a better counterpart of Elgin Baylor. He was the better player on that team. He was a scoring champion. He averaged 30. He averaged 10 assists. He could average 5 rebounds. He could do it all. He had range on his shots. People would use him to score in every game. He made it to the finals. Only won once, but it doesn't matter. He still won. Moses Malone is so underrated, and it's not even funny. He is... I'm tempted to put him higher than this, but you'll see why I didn't. He is so underrated. This is a man that won 3 MVPs in the era of Kareem. He was the best offensive rebounder besides Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell to ever play. He deserves this, man. He is a champion as well. Come on. 12 Oscar Robertson. He averaged a triple-double. A better triple-double than Russell Westbrook. This man was averaging 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Holy shit. How do you get those numbers? And he was at least 1 rebound or 1 point of getting another 4 seasons. He won an MVP. He was a 3-time All-Star MVP. He's top 15, man, without a doubt. There's not even a challenger. Shaq, alright. You guys start crying because you think he's top 5. He's not, man. You see why. You see. Everyone above is definitely better. Shaq has 4 rings, that's very true. But his stats are just the thing I'm worried about. They're not bad at all, but compared to players you're about to see, he averaged 12, 13-ish rebounds, 15 actually, for 1 season, and 30-ish points, 28. That's great. Joel Embiid's doing that in the other, so anyway. 10 is Bill Russell, 11 rings. Great defensive player. Averaged 20 rebounds for some seasons or more. And he's Yeah, 11 rings. Like, shut the hell up, man. Hakeem Olajuwon, 2 rings, and probably one of the, if not the second best defender in my opinion ever. He has the most blocks of all time. Like, come on, bro. Why is Shaq being that? Why? He's the person that won when Michael Jordan wasn't playing, which means he was the best person besides Michael Jordan at that time. 8's Kobe. Dude, no. You cannot tell me that Kobe is top 3 compared to people that have literally done more than him. Like, no, man. It doesn't make sense. Yes, he has 5 championships. If he didn't have Shaq, he wasn't winning, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know it's the same as Magic and Kareem, but I think they could have won without each other, nearly, almost, like, sometimes. Kobe's a great scorer and a great defender. He deserves it, man, but he's not higher than some of these players. Tim Duncan and Kobe are some of the hardest people I've ranking in my top 10. They're, like, so even. They have 5 rings each. They both have finals MVPs. They both have freaking, what's it called? MVPs. Like, but Tim Duncan has more than Kobe in achievements. So I'm going to give it to Timmy because his defense compared to Kobe's is higher than, like, the difference between the offense. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm putting him there. 6 is Magic Johnson. I put Magic Johnson and Larry Bird away because I think the gap in the defense is more than the gap in the offense. I'll show you Larry Bird. Larry Bird is definitely a better offensive player than Magic Johnson, in my opinion. He could shoot the 3-pointer better, and he also had a height advantage. But he was definitely more of a good player. He didn't have as much playoff success, but he didn't have better players than Magic Johnson. He had Kareem, man, like, who's already top 3, as you're about to say. 4 is LeBron. Don't cry, man. He's not top 3, bro. Sure, he has longevity stats like Kareem, which is why Kareem's the next one, because his longevity is longer, but, like, LeBron, he's definitely one of the best to ever play, but he only has 4 rings out of, 10 runs, and that's a bad thing to have, man. Like, that's not good at all. It's still good to have 4 rings, though, but he had the win with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and then he had the win with Kyrie and Kevin Love. I'm not saying Michael didn't with his second 3-peat, but I'm just saying, and Anthony Davis. Kareem is definitely top 3 for me because he has 19 All-Star games, like 6 MVPs, which is the most, 6 championships. I almost put him top 2, but I couldn't. He's just a big man that dominates. He is probably one of my favorite players as well. He definitely deserves. Oh, voice crack. Sorry, definitely deserves top 3, man. And number 2, we have Wilt Chamberlain. Okay. Shit. Oh, you guys are mad right now. I can tell. Like, why is Wilt Chamberlain number 2? He lost against Bill Russell. It's not his fault that he lost against Bill Russell. Like, Wilt Chamberlain, he didn't have the teammates like Bill Russell. Like, Bill Russell had 9 Hall of Famers on his team. Wilt had 2, bro, which was Hal Greer. Like, dude, you can't really say it wasn't his fault. And he scored 100 points in a game. He averaged 50 for a season with 28 rebounds every one of those games. Someone hasn't even got 28 rebounds this whole season. Like, bro, last person to get 28 rebounds was freaking Dwight Howard or some shit. Like, come on, man. He is top 2. He is the best individual player to ever play. Like, individual. And he has 4 MVPs. There's nothing much more you can have. Besides Michael Jordan, which is number 1. And my reasoning is, I don't know, like 9 scoring titles, 6 MVPs, 6 finals MVP. I'm at 6 championships, 6 final MVPs. Like, bro, what can I say? He's the GOAT, and he never won't be the GOAT. That's the top 100, man. Holy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the top 100 players, in my opinion, of all time. Don't hate on it just because you don't agree with something. Just write it in the comments and I'll respond saying something. I'll probably argue or I'll probably say, you know what, you're right. But without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was entertaining for you to listen about all the greats that have played this game. And don't forget to subscribe and shit, because you know your boy needs to get like 11 million subs by the end of like next year, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.